Hi, do you realize that the sea has recently become a war zone? My name is Joshua Yetunde. You're welcome to the Complete Seafarer podcast. All right, so today I'll be sharing about something that is very, very critical that everyone that is observant right now in the world, everybody can feel it, everybody can see it. And I'm going to be talking about that, especially with respect to the young and intending seafarers who want to become seafarers or who are already seafarers and the impact that has on everyone at large, but especially the people that are in my constituency, the seafarers. Okay, so we're looking at the war that is going on in the Strait of Hormuz and the implication that it has on us as seafarer. And to this particular podcast is the background, the foundation of this whole story. And I did a series, a little short clips the other time. For those who are on my podcast, who are my TikTok page, you probably have seen it. And so I want to look at this, how it all started. February 28th, US launched an attack on Iran. And if you're familiar with your map, if you're familiar with your atlas, you will know what this means. They launched an attack on the Iran, and then Iran has in return blocked a particular strait. That strait is called the Strait of Hormuz, and there's so much going on in that strait. All right. If you have the map, which will be seen on your screen right now, there is a map. If you look at it, you see the Strait of Hormuz is a choke point. A little small point there is like a furnace, like a throat. And inside this, just before, after it is the Persian Gulf that is blocked in, and in front of it is the Gulf of Oman that leads to the Arabian Sea. Now, at the back here, you see that we have Qatar, United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Kuwait, Iraq, and of course we have Iran. So about 6 countries that surround the Persian Gulf. So these 6 countries are the countries that are producing 21% of the oil that the whole world is consuming. 21%, you heard that right? Yes, 21% is coming from these zones alone. And also about 25% of the world gas consumption is being produced from these areas. So the implication of that, if anything happens to this strait, and all the vessels that are taking this oil have to pass through this throat-like region called Strait of Hormuz. All right, they have to pass through this strait, and if anything happens, it means they are stuck. Economy of these nations that are, if they are solely dependent on oil, is affected. One way or the other is affected. And so with this strait choked, a lot is happening. A lot of seafarers are trapped in this place. If 20% or 21% of oil, 25% of gas that the whole world consumes comes from this place, it means that a lot of vessels will be in this place in an attempt to take the oil out, and some will want to come in, which in any case, as of now, they will not even think of coming in. All right. So what this simply means is that the vessels are trapped. As I speak to you, about 2,000 vessels are trapped in this place, and more than 20,000 seafarers are also trapped in this place. Of course, they are on the vessel. You know, the whole world, the oil that the world needs is trapped in this place, and it can't go out. Okay, so that is what has happened, and that is what has happened. The whole world is feeling it. 90% of what goods goes around the world by the seafarer and through ship. Okay, through the ship being piloted, being navigated by the seafarers. So if anything happens, you know the implication of this already. All right, automatic scarcity all across the globe. All right. So, and then when you look at also, when you move down, there is on the other side of these Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, United Arab Emirates, you see Saudi Arabia. On the other side, you see the Red Sea. And the Red Sea you are looking at also, you see there is a little you have a little throat as well when you want to exit the Red Sea into the Gulf of Aden. There is a little strait there called the Bab el Mandeb. All right, Bab el Mandeb. That is where the Houthi rebel are presently. The Houthi rebel are Yemen rebels backed by Iran. So in this war that is going on, anything happens to the to Iran, these guys are ready to defend. These guys are ready to launch a solidarity attack on Israel, which they did the other time, and they are threatening to shut these areas. Now, with this shot, if this is shot for any reason, that's another problem. Now, that's another problem. And of course, a lot of companies have been trying to avoid this area. They have been avoiding this area. And of course, you know what that means. That simply means that there is going to be longer routes. Vessels will have to do a longer route to achieve what they will have achieved easier. So you're going to have to pass through the African region, African area, through the Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean. You have to pass through the Cape of Good Hope exit, and this will add additional journey, additional days to your journey. Okay, we are looking at additional 10 days, additional 20 days to your journey. All right, so this means stress, this means strain, this means more fuel consumption for the fuel, this means more cost when it comes to the running of the ship. The cost of the vessel is increased. The cost of running the vessel is increased. It means that you're probably going to do longer voyage, longer contract on your vessel. And so this is what it means. So this is what is going on in these areas. Now, you may begin to wonder, okay, so it's not that bad after all. But the reality of what is going on is this. With this war going on, the seafarers that are trapped here, all right, just imagine, this thing has gone on for more than 6 weeks now. 6 weeks. This thing has gone on for more than 6 weeks. So imagine the guys that are trapped in there. Now, number one thing is that some of them are due for relief. The implication of that is that they can't go off. Even if the company say, oh, we are going to sign you off. Which seafarer in his right sense will say, okay, I'm coming to that side to come and sign you off? No. No seafarer will come. All right? No seafarer will come. Hardly will you see seafarer that will come and say, no, it's very, very rare. Okay? This is the situation that is going on. And as a seafarer, you cannot be neutral again now. Let me say, you are no longer neutral. You cannot say, oh, I'm a seafarer, I'm just a civilian. We are seafarers, we are civilian, but now we are caught in the middle of a war going on. That's what is happening now. You are caught in the middle of the war. All right. So you can't just say, oh, I'm a seafarer, I'm neutral, because by the reason of the cargo that you are carrying, you might be implicated. So it's important that we understand these things. Yeah. The Iran has a blockade that they put in. Technically, the other day they were saying that there's a mine in place that they don't even know where those mines are again. And the US placed another blockade on this particular sea. So the implication of this is, you being a seafarer on any of the ships here, for you to get out, if you are going to get out of this place, there are three things. There is now a need to monitor which country are you supplying the cargo to. All right. Is it a hostile nation or a friendly nation? These are the considerations that will come into play. So if you're carrying a cargo, that belongs to a country that is not a friendly country to Iran, you might be attacked. All right. Or if you are a citizen of a country that Iran, for example, is not considered as a hostile nation, and you are on the ship, then it becomes an issue as well. All right. Or if the flag of your ship belongs to a hostile nation, a nation that Iran consider hostile, then you have another problem. The ship might be detained, the ship might be boarded by military personnel. So as it stands now, as a seafarer, you cannot be, it's gone are the days when you say, we are maintaining neutrality as seafarers. And this is the new dynamics. It's the hybrid war. This is where we find ourselves. All right. There are conventions in place that will say, okay, as seafarers, we are supposed to be considered as civilians. But when you find yourself in a situation like this, the situation that we have right now has bypassed all those conventions and all those laws. And as seafarers, you need to understand this. You need to have this at the back of your mind. Are you prepared for this? Especially younger seafarers you are coming to see. It's not just about money. You have to consider this. This becomes things are changing. Things are changing. All right. If your ship is going to go, you probably want to find out if you are going to go into this kind of area. All right. Are you going to this kind of area? If I'm going to the kind of area, what are the packages that are in place to protect me, to shield me? This is very, very important. All right. You cannot just sign contract blindly. You cannot just walk into a zone blindly. All right. So you need to pay attention to this. You need to watch out for this kind of development coming up at sea. All right, we've had these Houthi rebel 2023, 2024. They launched an attack on the Red Sea area. So this is an issue. So, and then we are having the Iraq war now. This is becoming something that we need to pay attention to as seafarers. So you need to watch out. All right. Do all the necessary checks before you sign any contract. Do all the necessary checks so that you don't become a victim. All right. Don't just look about the money side. Don't look at the adventure that comes at sea, but take advantage of the fact that you are learned. Read the contract, sign it before you come on board. And that is all I have to say on this podcast. See you on the next one.